This part I've just quickly added in just because I thought it looked cool and I wanted to show you guys a little bit early. Hello, this is Bob's1 and this mod is 13 new minigun shredders Inc. BuzzSaw. The Inc. is short for including. To be honest, I'll probably put an S on that and make it including BuzzSaws. But yeah, so the first ones you just saw was the saws, now you're seeing the blades. The saws are the strongest, the spikes, which you see last in this little thing, are the weakest, and what you're seeing at the moment are the blades. They're the medium ones. As you can see, they all look pretty cool when fired. That is the fully upgraded spike one, the 3000 I think it's called, because I gave them all names. The spike versions are 200 to 900. The bladed versions are 1000 to 3000, and then the saws are 4000 to 6000. They go up in number, indicating the damage increase, but not really. Like, 9,000 doesn't mean it does 9,000 more damage, it just means it's stronger than the one before it. And the default shredder is definitely the weakest. As you can see, this one has them on the very front. This is the 200, which is the weakest of my ones. This is the 400, which has them on the sides. This one has it on the sides and the front. This one has 2 in the middle. This one has all of them, which is the 900s, which was the best of the spike version. That was the weakest of the blades you just saw. This is the second blade, which has 2 blades on the front. This is the third one, which has just a crisscrossy thing. This is the fourth one, which has 3 spikes at the front, and this is the all-out destruction one, which is the strongest of the spikes, strongest of the blades, I mean. That was the first one of the saws that you just saw. This is the second one of the saws, and third one. The third one is definitely the strongest. You'll see footage at the very end of the video which shows me killing behemoths without ammo. Yeah, so for this part, if you, just pointing out, if you didn't know, if you shoot live out ammo, it doesn't glow red. That's just like default with miniguns. You have to have ammo in it for it to shoot red, which is something you'll see in about 30 seconds, but I thought it was cool seeing them spin up anyway, so why not include this in there? Because look at it, they look deadly. While that happens and you can look at that, I just wanted to point out that these were the Saw version was inspired by Fallout 3's Auto Axe / Mauler, and also real life BuzzSaws. / more, I was thinking of like, something that you'd use to get into a vault, like a bank vault. But yeah, the blade and the saw versions do a lot of DPS, so does the spike version, but nowhere near. Near, but it's just the bladed version, seriously, once you use them, you can't really go back. So, wanted to also point out that enemies will spawn with these. Also, well, they have a chance of spawning with them, just like they do with the normal shredders. One thing I did change from base game, which I've included in the description of the actual mod, is that I've changed the shredder from spawning from level 27 to spawning at level 10, and that way it accommodates to my 13 extra shredder barrels, which stop spawning at level 35. They don't stop spawning, but that's when the last one, which you see in my hand at the moment, will start spawning. You shouldn't see an enemy live the one I'm holding until level 35. That is because at the very end of the video you can see it will actually kill a super mutant behemoth really quickly. And because of that, I thought, better play it safe. That is the really only thing I've changed from the base game, so there shouldn't be any conflicts, as I don't know any mods that actually make it so that spawns earlier. What else? Just at the moment you can see they pretty much, the glowing effect does show up on the new parts, which I thought was pretty cool. They all look very painful. I wouldn't like to get touched by them. I tried to make them as lore friendly as possible, something that, you know, a raider could make. I personally really like the shredder, and I thought that there should have been more done with it in base game, hence this mod. Alright, so I think next we've got gameplay of me actually killing behemoths without ammo really quickly with the really strong version. One thing I will point out about the behemoths though is that they are slightly annoying and they stun me constantly. So I don't get the best attack thingy. I could have done it probably better by picking a different enemy. Turns out it's coming up, that part. Did think it was already there, but you know. At the moment I'm just showing you me using pretty much all of them. / I was also trying to get some screenshots at the time, I will admit. But you gotta admit, it does look pretty cool. But yeah, this is pretty much just trying to expand on what the minigun has already. Because I thought the shredder was a really cool idea, but I think that it was a bit weak. I don't know, it's not weak, but at late game it is. Like, I wouldn't be running around with a shredder at late game, but I can tell you with one of these ones, you definitely can. Because, as you can see, these are some behemoths. And this is pointing out no ammo and not God mode. Yeah, I'm eating a lot of food. But as you can see, they pretty much just go through. The reason for them being so strong is, well, they're not all so strong. Like the 200 is actually really weak. I'm actually only showing you the bladed and then the saw in this video, because originally I had the spike version as well, but it was a 20-minute video because it took a lot longer to kill behemoths. So just letting you know, as you will see, the damage is going to progress. But as you can see though, as I said a little bit earlier in the video, I get stunned a lot, which means that unfortunately you don't see things getting killed in equal time. Sometimes one that's higher level might take longer to kill something, just because unfortunately it kept stunning me, well, staggering me, whatever you'd like to call it. But I think I might have pointed out already earlier, but I'll just reiterate. The 200 to the 900s are the spikes. The 1000 to the 3000 are the blades, and the saws are the 4000 to the 9000s. It shouldn't be hard to see, they're visually different. But they all increase in damage. So the 200 is going to be weaker than the 400. The 400 is weaker than the 600, etc, etc. Now you're seeing the bladed versions take on the behemoths. Once again, no ammo and not using God mode, but I am healing a lot. Now I cannot confirm if I'm using Big League in this video, because I know I did at some point. At some point in the video, but the thing is I cut a lot of parts out of the video, so I'm not sure if this is a part of the Big League. So just letting you know, the reason why there's so much damage on this end part could be also due to that. I'm not sure, but Big League does affect the normal shredders. That's something by default. But yeah, this is the 9000 that you're seeing, which is just going through the behemoths. Mind you, just wanted to point out, this is not going to upgrade the strength of the actual minigun. The minigun will not shoot more damaging, it is just going to be for melee damage. It's like things that come up to you will get destroyed, but not other things. And yeah, at this point I forgot to heal. Perks of not using God mode and also not wearing armor. So yep, I've said definitely everything I needed to say about the mod. There should be no bugs, no conflicts. Well, no, there is no bugs, there's no conflicts, because I didn't know of any other mods that edit when you can find the shredder. That being said, there is probably a mod that does it and didn't use it in any form of description or anything. But yeah, should be easy enough. It just adds new muzzles to the minigun, and they're crafted just like the normal shredder is, via muzzles in minigun. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Bob's1. Hope you enjoy the mod.